Hello there everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. As you can see from the title of today's video, I just kind of wanted to sit down and have a big old friendly catch up with you all because it has been a hot minute. I think the last time I filmed any sort of life update was in December when I filmed a wrap and chat. So it's been a good 6 months now because it's currently the 22nd of June and it's actually my birthday on Saturday, which marks the midway point in the year. So my birthday is the 25th of June and it's exactly 6 months after Christmas and exactly 6 months before. So I figured that now feels like a really nice time to sit down and fill you in on what's happened in my life in the last 6 months, what I'm kind of planning for the next 6 months, and yeah, just have a bit of a catch up with you all. Before we begin, if I am talking or my face looks a little bit weird or I sound funny, then please excuse that. I actually went to the dentist this afternoon for a checkup and walked out with a few extra fillings, and I'm only just starting, well, I can feel my face now, the kind of anaesthetic has worn off, but I feel like my bite is completely different. I'm not sure if he's smoothed it down enough, one of the fillings, I'm not entirely sure. So if I look a bit weird, then we're just going to ignore that and try and move past it. But anyway, I have got a lot to discuss with you all, so I'm going to move on with the video. Before we begin, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe down below, and other than that, let's get started. So I suppose the first thing that I should discuss is the fact that I'm turning 23 on Saturday, which feels really, really weird to me. I think because up until last year I was still in uni, I still felt like an 18-year-old girl that had just left and started to enter the world. Even though I was doing adult things like living in this house, paying my bills, I had a part-time job, things like that, I wasn't properly in the adult world. I was just kind of dipping my toe in it. But since I've finished uni, I'm now a proper adult. Like, am I a woman now? Now that I'm in this world of full-time work and proper adult things, it's really exciting but also really sad because I do feel like that's my youth gone. I'm not a youth anymore. I'm not living in that carefree moment. I have more responsibilities and more priorities, and so as exciting as it is, it's also really sad to kind of let that go. And this is the first birthday where that transition has now finished. There's no more transitioning taking place. This adult world is just my life now, and that's just going to be it. And I feel like that's a really weird feeling to get to grips with, and yeah, like I say, really sad because that's just a massive chapter of my life that has now ended, and I feel like I'm getting emotional, which I'm not going to do on camera right now. But yeah, it's different, and I feel like turning 23 does mark that big point in my life. Even though it's not considered socially to be a big birthday, to me it just feels like it is one. So that's kind of the first thing that I thought we should touch on, because I'm sure a lot of my audience is probably my age and also going through that transition period from uni to full-time work to exploring the world, and I feel like a few people might be able to relate to that. Comment down below if you can and let me know how you're getting to grips with it, because I feel like it's actually something that's quite tough to let go of and then consider yourself a fully grown adult now. I don't know, it just feels really weird to me. But whilst we're on the topic of working, I feel like we should discuss my job. So if you're new around here and this is the first video of mine that you're watching, then hi there, my name is Tanya and you're going to learn a lot about me in this video. But once I finished uni last September, I started working full-time for a bit in the forensic hospital that I worked at alongside uni. And in around October, sometime at that point, I got accepted for a new job in the community mental health team as a group facilitator, which is what I do now currently. I didn't actually start that job until March, the very beginning of March this year, because there was a lot of delays and they took their time, but I'm all settled in now. So the question that you're probably wondering is, how am I finding it all now that I'm settled in? Now, I'm going to be honest, and if that question was asked of me a few weeks ago, maybe about a month ago, I would have probably told you that I was quite unhappy there in the job. And the reason for that was because at that point I hadn't delivered any interventions at all, which is kind of what I signed up for as a group facilitator. I was feeling really impatient waiting for that time for me to arrive, and it just felt like it was never going to come. I also had started doing mental health act assessments and writing the documentation for those for people that conduct them, and I really enjoyed that part of my week. It was kind of the highlight of my week at that point because there wasn't a great deal of other stuff going on. And then after a few weeks of doing those, I was told that I could stop because my skill level and my ability to do the documentation was perfect and spot on, which was really good feedback, and I appreciated it. But at the same time, it kind of just removed the part of the job that I was enjoying the most at that point. So I was left feeling a little bit unhappy and not very busy day to day. And for me, coming from an environment in the hospital where I knew what I was doing every single second of the day, I knew exactly what task I was supposed to be working on, it kind of just made me feel a little bit lost. I'm not going to go as far to say like depressed, but I was feeling low in the job and unhappy there, and I didn't really see it being a long-term job for me. However, if you ask me that question right this second, my answer is going to be kind of different. In fact, it's going to be very different. So this week I actually started delivering something called STEP, which is a skills-based intervention, which is like CBT focused, that I'm going to be delivering to patients. At the moment, I'm just doing it on a Monday. I'm doing 2 sessions, but that will eventually increase, and I believe they're looking at increasing it to about 6 sessions a week as time goes on. It's the first time that this has been delivered within our team, so it's definitely a work in progress, but that kind of makes me excited at the same time. I'm also getting up to loads of other new things which are really exciting too. So last week I started observing something called duty with the intention that I will eventually be able to do it myself. So what duty is, it's basically a phone line, if you like, where people who are open to our team can ring up if they're in distress or if they have any questions about their care, and they can speak to the duty worker whilst we're open, which is between the hours of 9 till 5, and they will answer any questions or respond to any distress that the patients might be experiencing. So for now, I'm kind of just observing that, but from next week I'm going to start doing all the documentation for the phone calls and also taking some of the lower level phone calls that might come through. So if someone's just got a question about their medication, I might be forwarding that to the medics, you know, lower level stuff, not dealing with anybody that's in a great deal of distress, but just kind of starting from the bottom and working my way up, which I am a little bit impatient with, but I'm trying to tell myself to relax, learn, consider it a really good learning opportunity, and eventually I can work my way, not up to the top, but I've definitely got something to work towards, and that is kind of giving me a lot of motivation at work and making me really excited to go in. And so overall, I think it's safe to say that I'm much happier in the job. I'm pleased that I'm much more busy than I was previously, and I'm also really pleased that I'm finally delivering the group. So I'm hoping that from here it's going to be onwards and upwards, and I've told myself that I'm going to give it 6 months and I'm going to stick with it up until Christmas, and then I'm not going to quit. I'm not putting it out there just yet, but I'm just going to see where I am at Christmas, how I'm feeling, if I'm still enjoying it, and I'm going to ask myself those questions really seriously. And then if the answer's no, I'll have a different plan of action which I'll put into place, and if the answer is yes, then I'll stay there for a bit longer. There's nothing that's kind of set in stone for me as of yet. I do have other things what I am considering, which I'll talk to you a little bit more about later, but for now that's kind of my rough plan work-wise, which is very exciting. But given that I've been there all day, I've kind of spoken enough about work for now. I'm a bit sick and tired of hearing my voice saying things that are work related. So I want to move on and kind of do a bit of an announcement here. So if you're still with me, then you've made it to the good part, because it gets exciting from here. And basically, long story short, myself and Charlie have actually purchased our first house. And it feels very weird to say that to the camera because it's been so hush hush for so long. We've kind of been keeping it a bit of a secret, and today we actually went into our solicitor's office this morning and signed all of our final contracts. So within the next week or so we'll actually be paying our deposit and a few other bits and pieces. I'm not going to go into too much detail because I'm obviously documenting the whole process for my YouTube channel, but I just thought I would put it out there now that we've bought a house, and that is just amazing. It was on my list of goals for 2022, and the fact that we've achieved it so early on is something that I'm really pleased with. And if you cannot tell by the smile on my face, it's something that I'm very excited for, and it's making me very happy. As I already said, I'm going to be documenting absolutely everything for my YouTube channel. I'm going to try and show you as much as I possibly can. I've already got some videos filmed. I'm in the process of filming some, and we're due to move into the house around August time, so I'm kind of going to save all of the videos until then and then release them all at the same time, just so that there's not one video now, one video in a month. I kind of want them all to be together, so that is a whole house buying and moving series. So if you are interested in that and you've only just joined me, then make sure you subscribe down below so you can stick around and see it all, because I'm so excited to share this process with you all, and I can't wait to just make a new house a home for us and actually live in one that we own ourselves and everything that we touch is ours. It feels very surreal. I feel like it's still not sunk in yet. It won't until we actually move in, but we're in the process of sorting everything out now, and expect videos to come your way probably around August, September time, because I'm not going to release them until we've actually moved in. But yeah, very exciting things to come in the works for that. And then moving on to my last little section of this video, I just wanted to talk about my future plans. So obviously, first things first, it's my birthday on Saturday, as I've already mentioned 100 times. I'm very nervous about it and also very excited, because Charlie has got something planned for the Saturday and I have no idea what it is. It's a complete surprise. The only clue that I've been given so far is that we are leaving the house at 3 AM. So God knows what we're getting up to. I've also been told that it's something that I've always wanted to do, and I've spoken about it so many times, which I actually have no idea. My only guess, and I only have one, is that we're going to go and watch the sunrise somewhere near Snowdonia, and then we're going to be going to that Zip World place with the zip line, like the longest one, and also the underground trampolining caves. That's kind of my guess. But I also don't think we'd be doing that right now. I feel like that would be on a camping trip. So any guesses that you have, please comment them down below and we will see who's right. And if anyone is right, then round of applause to you, because I'm honestly clueless. And for now, that is enough birthday talk. So I'll speak to you about other things that are kind of going on in my life at the minute. This week on Tuesday, I actually went to my very first adult trampolining class. I really enjoyed it. I've been wanting to do it for such a long time and I've been putting it off, and then when I finally found them, I thought I've got to take the plunge and I've got to go. And I was so nervous on Tuesday before I went, and I really was considering not turning up because I didn't want to be the only one there. But I just thoroughly enjoyed myself. I wanted a way to exercise that I find engaging, because for me personally, the thought of going to the gym just is a big fat no. I just know that it's just not going to happen for me, because I've been saying that I'm going to go to the gym for literally the last 6 months, because since I finished my walking challenge last year, I have been so inactive. I've put on quite a bit of weight. I'm sure that's probably noticeable if you look back in my videos. And so I just want to make a few more better decisions in terms of my lifestyle and my health, but I also want to do that in a way that's fun for me. And so I really think these lessons are going to be the way forward. On Tuesday, I actually managed to land a front somersault by the end of the session, and I'm really happy about that, because I haven't done any trampolining since school, which has been like 7 years now, maybe 8. And so yeah, I was very impressed with myself, and I'm really excited to see what progress I can make in those lessons. Again, that's something I'll be documenting for my channel, so I'm looking forward to sharing that with you all. I think the next thing that was kind of in my head when I was thinking about what to say on this video was discussing some summer plans. So obviously, as I've already mentioned, we'll be moving into our new house at the end of summer, and that is something that's going to take up a massive chunk of my time, which I just, as I've already said, I just can't believe it. I'm not going to dwell too much on that because we've already discussed it. But in regards to other summer plans, I have some really exciting holidays coming up, which I actually can't wait for. It feels mad to me that we can now hop on a plane again and go away without really thinking too much about COVID restrictions or COVID even being a thing. I'm so grateful for it, because pre-COVID, traveling was one of my biggest hobbies. I loved doing it, and that's definitely something that I want to get back into again. So I'm not quite going to say the locations just yet because I feel like why would I ruin the surprise. But in September, myself and Charlie are actually going away to a dream bucket list destination for roughly a week, and I actually can't wait. I feel like whenever we're together on holiday, we just thrive so much more and we feel so much more in love with each other and happier in ourselves, and it always brings out the best in us. So I just can't wait to feel all of those emotions again and also see a brand new part of the world that I've never been to before. I'm so excited. I can't wait to just step on that plane again and step off and hopefully feel the heat. That can be the only clue that I will reveal as to our destination. And then in October, at the very beginning of it, myself and my best friend Jess have got a little city break planned. City breaks used to be our thing. We did so many in 2019, and as I said, I really want to get back into them again. So we're going away, I think it's for 3 nights and 4 days, which again is just something amazing to look forward to, and also a longer city break than what I usually do, which is really, really nice. But those are kind of all of my updates for now in regards to holidays and staycations, because as of this very moment, nothing else is set in stone. And so I'm gonna move on to the very last thing that I wanted to share with you all. And I was in 2 minds about putting this out there on the internet, but because I think a lot of people who watch this channel will have followed me from uni, they might be a psychology student or something similar to myself who's trying to enter the world of psychology, I am going to mention it, and that is applying to the clinical psychology doctorate. So applications actually open for that, I believe, between the end of September and the start of November. And it's something that has been in the back of my mind, and over the last few weeks has kind of gone from here to here. And I have looked at universities that would be an option for me. I've looked at their entry requirements. I know which ones I can apply for and which ones I can't. And I'm thinking that this year might be the first time that I try and apply. That might sound quite stupid to a lot of people if you're in the same sort of position as me, because I know the standard thing to do is get loads of work experience after uni and wait a good few years. But I'm kind of trading off here, I do apologise. The reason that I'm thinking of applying this year is because I just think that if I've got an idea of the application process, which as far as my understanding goes is very long, very grueling, very harsh, if I can understand that a little bit better, it will only increase my chances in the years to come as I gain more work experience and more experience of life in general. I don't know, but all I know for now is that I might be applying to it this year, and if I do, once again, it's going to be something that I document on my channel. Whether I get accepted or not, I will document that whole process because I think it's so important to share the good and the bad, and also be very, very realistic that things just don't happen that easily. But for now, those are all of the life updates that I have for you. I'm aware that I have been talking for such a long time. This is definitely going to be a lengthy video. So I think that's going to be me bringing this video to a close. I don't know, I feel like I've missed something, and I'm also just really enjoying sitting down and chatting to the camera because it feels like it's been so long since I've done so. Definitely a well overdue catch up, but I don't think I've missed anything of vital importance, so I will bring it to an end. If you enjoyed hearing me ramble on for about 2 hours, then please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe down below. Comment down below what you're getting up to in your life. What are you looking forward to for the rest of this year? Have you achieved your 2022 goals? I would love to know and have a little discussion down there. And yeah, other than that, I suppose that is it. So I really look forward to seeing you all very soon in the next video, which will actually be my vlog of a day trip to the Cotswolds that I did with Jess following our Stratford glamping trip. And then the week after that will be my birthday surprise vlog, so also make sure that you're sticking around for that. And I'm just going to shut up now, and I will look forward to seeing you all very soon in the next one. Goodbye.